Okay, welcome. So what I'd like to do here is show a couple different ways that I differentiate instruction in the classroom. I've got two pieces of software that I use. One is IXL, which breaks down by grade, kindergarten all the way up through high school. In this particular case, I'm going to be dealing with 7th grade. I can go to whatever particular subject I might have the kids be working on, and I'll have them all be set up on their Chromebooks in the class, and I might assign, let's say for example, under variable expressions, R8, it'll give me, all the kids will work individually, they have their own accounts, and it keeps track of the analytics. Here's an example of a question, simplify the expression. It's u plus 10u minus 9u. They would then put in their answer. In this case, it's going to be 2u, and then they can submit it, and it'll tell them whether they got it right or not. This one is 3z plus 7z, and if they put the wrong answer in, say 11, and forgot the z, and they added the like terms, or we're working with combining like terms and simplifying expressions here. If they put the wrong answer, it'll tell them, sorry, that's incorrect, and then it'll explain what the correct answer is. So that gives the students instant feedback. Students can also wear earphones while they're doing this, and they can get a better explanation for our English language learners, so they can tell a little bit better about what mistakes they might be making. It keeps their score here, tells how many questions they answered. I can then in turn go in and look at the analytics and see what the entire class has done. So while class is going on, I can be roving the room, answering individual questions and helping them out, and then at a later date I can go back and look at the students' progress, like for example here, and it shows me what they've worked on, how many minutes they spent on the exercise, to what percentage they answered the questions correctly. And the students can work at their own pace, move on to different ones. More advanced students can work quickly. And it just gives me a lot of flexibility to give individual help. The other thing I use is a program called Kahoot. And this is free to teachers. I really recommend you look into it. It's not just for math. You can design your own Kahoots, or you can use public Kahoots. What they are, they're just basically, it's like a quiz game. So this particular one I designed to help with solving equations and variables and things of that nature, and I made my own quiz questions. This is the way it works. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. So I will have my own user interface. This goes on the big screen. I have a J-touch screen. So I can control things from my computer, and these two on the side will represent individual Chromebooks for the rest of the class. And they'll go to kahoot.it. I'll set up under create kahoot.it, and I have my own account set up. This is what you would do as a teacher. This they would just go to kahoot.it, and it would take them to this login screen where they're gonna have to put a game pin in. So when I go to play the Kahoot, the kids really get into this. They're very excited. They're more visual. You can add pictures and videos when you're creating your questions. Musical play, kids go nuts. This is kind of how it works. So I go ahead and press declare. A unique game pin will get popped up here in a second. Music will start. Kids get excited. They'll punch in their game pin. As soon as everybody's in, it tells me how many players I have. There's only 2 in the class right now, so I know everybody's in. If I need to wait on anybody, I can. And then I will go ahead and start the game, and it'll play the questions. So this first question says what we do to one side of an equation, and then it says ... and then it gives 4 different possibilities. So as the kids read them, what we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other, which is something we discussed. So I will answer that way. Once everybody's answered, it gives the data on how many got it right or wrong, or what color they did, and then it'll make a leaderboard for the top 5. What's another name for the 3 in the following expression? 4x plus 3. Well, the 3 is a constant, so I'm going to answer constant. So all the kids are trying to figure it out. I can set how much time is going to go by before they have to answer, or if everybody's in, it'll just stop the question, and it keeps a running start. The other cool thing is I can do a printout at the end of of all the data of what questions they missed, if I want to check for understanding. The other thing I can, here's another question, what's another way to remember how to use the distributive property? Well, we say we're going to jump in through the parentheses. So that's you know how the kids, we talked about it. It's repetition, the kids get it, answer. There's a bunch of questions that are wrong, for example, if a bunch of people missed it, I can better explain why they got it wrong, and they get instant feedback right there on the spot, which is great. But if they get it wrong, I don't know, I'm going to guess on these. I didn't read the question. So that one was correct, this one was incorrect, and that's how it shows the difference. And then as you go, you get more points for answering quickly, but pretty cool, powerful tool. You don't necessarily have to take the time to answer or create your own Kahoots. That takes time, but you can really get specific on what you're teaching with the questions you're asking. And there's a lot of Kahoots that are already in existence out there, a lot of teachers use. So feel free to try it, recommend it. Hope you enjoyed the video and a couple of different ways that I use different types of instruction so that I can have kids work at different paces with different skill levels and different learning backgrounds, and incorporate music and visual aids and things of that nature, and technology and computers. It's a great tool and something I use every day in class. Thanks for watching.